Hello, my name is Julie and this is KS Mom Crochets, and today is Featured Photos Friday number 21. So I had a couple people send me some pictures. I did mention in my last video that if anyone had any of their first amigurumi, like their first year of making amigurumi pictures, if they wanted to send those to me so that I could show you all and maybe encourage some of you that have never made amigurumi to make some, because we all have to start somewhere. And I did have a couple people send me pictures of that, so I'm excited to share that with you all as well. So the first person that sent me pictures was Kathleen, and she sent me the little bee, and this is from Fawny Toys, her Fayni, Fayni Toys on Etsy, and he is absolutely adorable. I just love him so much. I love the eyes that she gave him. She said that she wished that she had gave him just black eyes, but I just think that makes him even more awesome. I just love him so much, and he's got his little jar of honey. She did such an excellent job on this. I haven't really ever seen a bee pattern that looks like this before. I'm sure there's plenty of them out there, but I really like the body style of this pattern. And looks like he does have his little stinger on the back. She did a great job on the color changing as well. I have a really hard time color changing like that. It's definitely something that I need to practice because I haven't done it very much. But I just love it so much, Kathleen. And then Kathleen actually sent me another picture. I showed this on my podcast, but I wanted to include it in this video too, just in case there are some of you all that watch this video and didn't watch my podcast. But it is the Granny Turtle by Amigurunmi Creations, and this pattern comes out of the Crochet World magazine, April 2023. So at the making of this video, it is the most current issue of Crochet World, and I just wanted to share it on here as well because I just love that little granny turtle, and it's so much fun to see somebody's picture of something that I have made or that I'm making. So I really enjoyed that, and like I said on my podcast, she did give a tip in her email about the way that the stitches are on the shell of this turtle. You can see your stuffing, and maybe your stuffing could come out of that shell, and she used pantyhose to put her stuffing in, and I just thought that was a wonderful tip, and I thought that I would share that again. So thank you so much, Kathleen, for sharing your pictures with me. I always enjoy seeing what you're up to, and I just thank you so much. Now, the next person that sent me a picture, and this was such a nice surprise. I was so, I just loved it, was Rebecca at Yarn and Pajamas. And she sent me her first amigurumi picture. And thank you so much, Rebecca, for doing that, because if you haven't heard of Rebecca, you can go over to her channel. I will have her linked below. But she makes beautiful things. So to see where that she came from is just awesome. But her first amigurumi, she actually made 3 jellyfish, and she tried to sell them at a farmer's market, and in her picture you can see how that they were, I forgot to bring up her picture, how that they were set up at her farmer's market, I'm pretty sure. And she said that they didn't sell, unfortunately, but that she did end up giving one to her niece and the other 2 to 2 of her aunts. So they definitely went to good homes, and I'm telling you that the stitches on this jellyfish is just awesome. I wish so bad that I had my first one, because it was just so bad, and she did an excellent job. Like, that does not look like a beginner Amy to me at all. I just love them so much, and they are so much fun with all those different colored tentacles. So thank you so much, Rebecca, for sharing your picture with us and showing us where you started. That was just so much fun to see. The next person was Marilyn, and she has been working out of her books, which I think is awesome. The first thing that she made was the mammoth out of the Dinosaurs, Mammoths, and More book. I don't have this book, but I just love the mammoth in that book. If I bought that book, that would be the pattern that I would want to make as well. I just love it. And she did such an excellent job on him. I just love him so much. And I was telling her that I have a really hard time crocheting eyes. And she said that the pattern in the book for the eyes was just great. And she did an awesome job on those crocheted eyes. Because in my opinion, it's really hard to crochet eyes. And I just love how hers turned out. And I just love him so much. He is absolutely adorable. I just love him and all his little hair on the top. He is just so cute. And then the next thing that she made is Elliot the Elephant. And this comes out of the book Sweet Crochet Animals by Cook K. And I have also made Elliot the Elephant. So like I said, it's so much fun to see others' creations that I've made too. I mean, I love seeing everyone's work no matter if I made it or not. But it's just fun to see what other people are making that I have made before. But she made Elliot the Elephant, and I just love him so much. She chose the blue skin tone for her elephant, and I just love that. He is so adorable with his little top hat and the buttons, and this pattern was, for me, it was so much fun to make, and I hope that she had just as much fun as I did making this pattern, because he turned out absolutely adorable. I just love him. Like, those patterns in that book are just so cute. And she did such an excellent job on him. And in the other picture that she sent, you can see that she gave him his little tail with the frayed out hair. She did such an excellent job. So thank you so much, Marilyn, for sharing your pictures with us. I appreciate it so much, and I always enjoy seeing what you've been up to. Now, the next person that sent me a picture, sorry if you hear my pages turning, was Ronnee. And she sent me her first amigurumi as well. Let me find it here. And I was just so excited to see this. She said that she made her first Amy only 1 month ago. And she did so awesome. She was saying that its clothes didn't fit that great, but in my opinion, you cannot even tell. Like, this does not look like a beginner amigurumi at all. But this little mouse, it's a little mouse with the clothes, the shirt, and the pants, and it comes out of the Cute Crochet Animals book, and I can't remember, it's by Emma Varnum. And I do have the Woodland Creatures, but I don't have this one. This one is definitely on my wish list, and definitely even more so after seeing this cute little mouse. I just love him so much. She did such an excellent job, and I just cannot believe that you've only been making Amy's for a month and how good that turned out. Oh, so good. I love it so much. So thank you so much, Ronnee, for sharing your picture with us and letting us see how you got started on Amy's and how you went down that rabbit hole. That's so much fun to see. Now, the last person, but never not least, is Deborah, and she sent me her first amigurumi as well. And Deborah has shared pictures on my podcast before. I don't know if you all have watched my All for Christmas collab reveal video that I did with Caroline at For the Love of Crochet and Cassandra at Craftably Ever After. But Deborah made a Christmas train, and I mean, it was just blow you away. It was so good. I just loved it so much. But Deborah actually, in this time, Deborah actually sent me her first amigurumis, which is just so awesome to see that she started and hear how she started making Amy's, because like, her work is just so awesome. But her first amigurumi actually was knitted. And to me, that is just awesome, because in my opinion, because I can knit just a very, very little, just a very little bit, and knitting to me is harder than crochet to learn. that's just my opinion. I don't want to hurt or like make anybody mad for saying that or anything, but I do feel like knitting is harder to learn, especially if you're learning on your own and you don't have somebody there sitting with you to teach you, because I had a really hard time just learning what little bit that I do know. But she actually knitted a bear, and this bear comes out of the book Irresistible Gifts to Knit. She said that she bought this book because she wanted to make monkeys that were by the designer Alan Dart. I guess he's a very popular designer in the knitting world for knitted toys. But she said that she thought that she would try the bear because it looked easier, and that she practiced her swatches and stuff before she started it. But she, this pattern is by Laura Long, and she did phenomenal. Like, just awesome on that. I can't even imagine knitting. I know a lot of people do it because I do have some channels that knit and crochet that I watch, and I know that a lot of people do knit their amigurumis. I've seen plenty of pictures throughout the years of stuff like that. But to me, it just looks so hard. It looks so hard to do. But you did awesome, Deborah. And then her first crocheted amigurumi was a dinosaur. And she said that she can't remember where she got the pattern from because it's been a while back. But she said that she's a doll collector and that she used to buy doll clothes, crochet doll clothes, and then she got to thinking, well, if people crochet doll clothes, they probably crochet stuffed animals too. So that led her down the amigurumi rabbit hole, which I thought was really fun to hear. But this dinosaur is awesome. Like, it does not look like somebody's first Amy at all. Like, me, I've been crocheting for probably 8 years now, and I started with amigurumi. That was like my first completed project, was an amigurumi, like out of just learning crochet. And I'm intimidated now by this dinosaur. He's just awesome, and the detail does not, you're just wonderful. I love it. Thank you, Deborah, so much for sharing your pictures. I really did enjoy it so very much, and I hope that you are doing well. So I just want to say that you all put me to shame because my first amigurumi was awful. Oh my goodness, it was so awful. So I don't have it anymore, and I don't have a picture of it. I wish so bad that I did, because just to see it and to see where that I am now compared to then is just, it's a big change. But it was so bad. I made the teddy bear pattern by Sharon Oyala. She is who taught me how to make amigurumis. She also taught me how to read patterns, because you can follow her written pattern along with her YouTube tutorials. I don't think she makes patterns anymore, sadly, but I do enjoy the ones that she has. She has a lot to choose from on her website, on her YouTube channel, but she is the one that taught me. And so I decided that I wanted to make, I decided that I wanted to learn how to crochet. So I taught myself to crochet on YouTube, and somehow I came across her channel on YouTube. This was before I even started watching podcasts. I didn't know anything about anything. Like, I didn't know about yarn, nothing. And I had came across her channel, and I was like, oh my gosh, this would be awesome, because I had kids, that I knew that would like that. I have a lot of kids in my family that were smaller at the time that I thought, this is great. I can make stuff for them to have that I had made. So I decided that I was going to try out that bear, and I used a variegated yarn from Red Heart, and I am unsure of the name of it, but it was like a black and white variegated yarn. And so I didn't know how to use safety eyes. I didn't even know the concept. I didn't even know the concept. So what I did is I put the back onto the safety eye, and then I glued the safety eyes in. Oh my gosh, it was so bad. And I don't think that I did it inside out. I do know that Cassandra over at Craftably Ever After, she made a video showing her first amigurumi, and then she remade that amigurumi. I'll have that video linked below. That was so much fun to watch. But I don't think I did mine inside out like she did, but it was just stuffed way too much, unproportioned. Its arms were just horrible. And like I said, I didn't know how to use safety eyes. I thought that that's how that you did it. And then my daughters were like, that's really cute, but it's kind of creepy. Its eyes scare me. But, you know, you live and you learn, and that is what brought me to my love of crochet. Now, I did find this little teddy bear, and I did make this for my daughter probably in the first year that I was crocheting, and it is a little baby, a little baby bear, and he does have, or she does have a little bottle, but as you can see, its head is like, and my embroidery skills were just awful. I mean, I did not do, I tried to give her eyelashes. Yeah. So this is one of my first amigurumis. So I've definitely came a long way. I have to say, I didn't grab him. I have to say that this is probably one of the projects that I am most proud of, and this is Doki, the elephant, and I'm pretty sure that he is in, I know he's in Amigurumi Treasures, but I'm thinking that he's in the second Amigurumi Treasures. And, you know, as you can see his stuffing. I mean, he's not perfect whatsoever, but I just love him. Like, this was one of the more detailed patterns that I had done, and I just love how that he turned out. And he's also one of my first projects that I started doing when I started learning to use smaller yarns, like going into that. So the difference, as you can see, I got a little bit better at you know, the faces and the color changing. I mean, his color changing is not perfect. But I do feel like that you can tell that I did learn some things between then and now, because I made this last year, so this was probably at least 7 years ago, maybe 8, I'm not sure, but it was definitely, I do remember that it was one of my first amigurumis. So I wish, like I said, I wish that I had that I still had that bear, but I don't, unfortunately. But, you know, like, you just take it one stitch at a time, you know? And I love all crochet. Like, I love crocheted clothes. I love blankets, just anything, shawls, whatever your heart desires to crochet. Just try it, you know. And I need to practice. I need to, what is it called? Practice what I preach, because there's a lot of things that I need to try that I haven't because I'm intimidated by it. But like this, when I first started, I never would have attempted this because I would have been so intimidated by it. And even when I first started making him, and this was just last year, I was intimidated by him because more detailed patterns intimidate me. But it just goes to show that you just take it one stitch at a time. And with time, and practice, everybody gets better. So thank you all so much for watching. I hope that you enjoyed this video. I hope that it gives you a little bit of inspiration, and that you enjoyed seeing some of these people's first amigurumis, as well as the projects that they are making now. It's just so much fun to do these videos. I really do enjoy seeing your all's creations, and putting it out there for other people to see, so that you can get some inspiration from people that you don't may not know of, or don't make YouTube videos, or you've never heard of before. So thank you all so much again for watching, and until next time, I will see you in another video. Bye.